Okay, let me know when you're back because I want to make sure we're on the same page. Are you back with
I'm
me?
back. I'm back.
Okay, now I'm documenting this. My audience won't know where we're coming from, but I'm going to need you to like go into a different gear now. I want to quarterback this because I believe I totally understand what you're saying. But I don't think we're on the same page and I want to get on the same page. So I think it's good to make sure we hear ourselves, and documenting it is the only way we can hear ourselves literally. So I just want to ask you some basic questions and you can explain all you want. But I'm not sure I understand what you're saying, and I want to make sure you're saying what you're saying because what I'm getting is things that's causing me to misunderstand.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you some basic questions, and then you can explain all you want, but just allow me, because I'm the student here now. Okay, because I'm trying to understand what it is you're saying. So you're gonna be the teacher for a few minutes. I'm gonna be the teacher later, but right now you're the teacher. I'm the student. I'm trying to understand your way of seeing and understanding. Okay, all right.
Right.
All right. So my question was, everybody that you know, you believe came from the original man.
No.
Everybody, okay. Everybody that you know came from where?
It came from the pattern of the original man, but they did not come from the original man.
Okay. The pattern of the original man includes what?
Include? What do you mean? What you mean includes what?
Okay. If the original man is where everything came from, correct?
The original man is where everything came from.
Everybody that's a human being, based on your belief and understanding, came out of one man, correct?
They came out of the pattern of one man.
Okay, well, in order for them to come out of
And
the, okay, slow down. Let me the yes or no's will save the confusion. You can then explain, but let me just ask you. One man is the okay. God is the original creator, right?
right.
God created one man first, correct?
That's right.
Every other human being is an extension of that one man, correct?
Right.
Okay, so although the pattern had to be created, which was the one man, everybody came from that pattern, which is the one man, correct?
Right.
Okay, so everybody that you know as a human being came from that one man, which is the pattern. Yes or no?
On the pattern of the man. Yes.
Right. Well, the man is the pattern.
Right.
So everybody came from that one man.
No, they came from the pattern.
Right. Well, the man is okay.
Every man used the pattern. Okay? Every man used the same pattern and developed the same thing.
Right.
Okay?
But the everything. Okay, I'm trying to make sure. I'm not contesting what you're saying, but I want to get clarity on what I think you're saying. There's one creator of all things, right?
One creator of all things.
The one creator created one pattern, correct?
That's right.
That pattern was that one man, correct?
The pattern was the man.
Okay, so everything after that man and that pattern came from everyone else, correct?
Say that again.
Okay, I'll gladly say it again. There's original creator, correct?
The original creator.
The original creator created, based on your beliefs, one man, correct?
He created one man.
That one man is considered the pattern, correct?
No, he is considered the creation. Okay? He's not the pattern, he's the creation. Okay? A creator creates something.
Right.
Okay? And he created something, and that he created, whatever he created, he gave the man the pattern to procreate. I want to be sure about that. Yeah.
Okay. So then everything then came from that man that was created.
No, everything came from the pattern that every man used to create.
Where did the pattern come from?
The pattern came from God. God used it to create the creation. And then he told him to say, go be fruitful and multiply. And he gave them the pattern to create and multiply.
Okay, and then everybody from that pattern, then where did everybody come from after he told them to be fruitful and multiply?
They came from the pattern.
What is the pattern?
Okay, the pattern is just like your son is your pattern. He's the pattern of you. And he's going to go and create something. He's going to use the same pattern to create something else. And he did. He created.
Okay, well, then who created me?
Your father created you.
Okay, well, then if we go all the way back, my father came from that one man, correct?
Your father came from the pattern, not the man. He came from the pattern.
Where did the pattern come from?
Okay, remember, watch this. The pattern came from God. God created Adam. Then he put Adam in the garden and told Adam to go be fruitful and multiply.
Right.
And he was to use the same pattern that God gave him. He passed it on, and he told his son, go be fruitful and multiply. They used the pattern to use to develop. Okay, not the man. There's only one man, and the man, he gave his son a pattern. He didn't give his son another man. He gave his son a pattern.
And where did the pattern come from?
The pattern came from the Creator.
So the man is the creation is not the pattern.
The creation is the pattern.
Okay. If the creation is the pattern, everybody came from the creation.
Which is the pattern.
Okay, so everybody came from. So every time I say pattern, I'm going to say creation. Pattern and creation is the same thing then. Is it safe to say that?
You can say that, yeah.
Okay, so everything came from the creation, which was the man.
Now you just added something to that.
I know I'm adding. I'm just trying to be clear. The man and the pattern. Wait, hold on. You just said the man and the pattern was the same. You just said we can say that. The man and the pattern is the same.
Yeah, but you're interchanging. You're interjecting man.
I know I am. This is what I'm saying now. The man and the pattern, is it safe to say that the man and the pattern is the same thing? Yes or no?
We can safely say that the creation and the man are the same thing.
The creation and the man is the same thing.
Right.
Okay, slow down. Let me process. Hold on. Let me process that. The creation and the man is the same thing.
That's right.
Okay, slow down. Where did every other human being come from?
They came from the pattern that was used by the man. Every man uses the same pattern. Lay down, go to bed, release that egg, release that sperm. That woman gets that sperm, cultivate that sperm, something is born. It's a pattern.
And the original creator created the pattern.
The original creator created the pattern.
And the original...
Or the man to use the pattern.
So the man and the pattern is or is not the same thing?
Yeah, the same thing. Well, the pattern is what
Hold
the
on
man
a second.
uses.
No. Is a man?
No.
Okay.
The creation and the creation and the man are the same thing. The pattern is what they use.
But the pattern came from the creation?
The creator. In other words, the pattern came, the creation and the pattern came from God.
So is the creation the man?
The creation that becomes the man that God created.
Okay. What did God create?
God created a man. He made a man in his image and in his likeness.
Okay, slow down. God created.
John chapter 1 and verse 26. Genesis
Okay.
chapter 1, verse number 26.
Okay, so God created a man.
That's right.
Okay. And every other human being came from that man.
Every other human being came from the pattern that the man used. There was only one. There was only the only thing that came from.
Where did the man get the pattern from?
He got it from God.
And how did he get it from God?
By way of association.
How? What was the how? Explain it.
Well, I don't know how he got it from it, but I know he told me to go in the garden and be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. And replenish the earth is what he told him.
Okay. And when he replenished the earth, everything else came from the pattern.
Everything else came from God. Because remember, God created God put what was in the garden. The man had to put nothing in the garden. He had to learn.
Okay, I'm getting very confused. I don't want to be confused anymore. Okay, and it gets complicated outside of the yeses or nos. And I remember when we introduced pattern, because I think I was the one who said it, and I think that's where I kind of created the problem for myself. And I just want to now speak logic and reason now. And if it's okay, I mean, I want to be able to try to reason. And logic and reason, I guess they're first cousin. And I'm not trying to mix logic with spiritual or God, because nobody can explain God. But as human, we're supposed to reason together. And that's what I'm trying to do right now, reason. And I am under the impression, based on my understanding and maybe your belief, is that God created one man, and everything that is created, God created everything, correct?
No, he did not.
Did all creation come from God?
All creation comes from God, but he did not create everything. The pattern is the pattern that's used.
Okay, slow down. Hold on, let me make sure I get that. So everything created came from God, but God didn't create everything.
That's right.
Okay, hold on. Let me slow down. Everything that was created came from God, but God didn't create everything.
That's right.
Okay, that's good. Now maybe I might be understanding something. Okay, so if God didn't create everything, who created it? So then God created one man, and then that one man created every other man.
That one man did not create every other man. You talk about logic and reasoning. We have to reason with this. All right. Now God gives wisdom and knowledge. He gives us what to do, and then tell us how to do it. Okay. So if he gives us what to do, it does come from him. Okay, because he's the one that gives wisdom. You know what I'm saying? And that the wisdom to how for man to create sons and daughters of his own. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it doesn't mean it doesn't mean that he created everything, but he created everything. It's a phenomenon. But of him all things were created. And it doesn't mean it doesn't mean that he created everything, but he created everything. It's a phenomenon. But of him all things were created.
Exactly. All right. I will buy that. Okay. Now I think I got the answer I needed from that. Thank you for clearing that up. We started this by talking about abortion. You believe that a woman has a right to choose, correct?
I do.
And what is she actually choosing?
Whatever she wants to do. It doesn't mean that it's right or wrong, but she has a choice to choose.
I am not moving forward. I'm not going to contest anything you say, but I want an understanding of what you say. So I'm going to be in agreement with most of what you're saying. So let's just the one thing at a time. What is it that you believe the woman has a right? What is the choice that she has the right to?
She has the choice, the right to do what she wants to do with her own body.
Okay. And abortion, what is the definition of abortion? No, let me ask you this. Hold on. Stop for a second. Is an abortion the termination of life? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So you're saying a woman has a right to terminate life?
Yes.
A termination of life. If I was to, when people murder people in the street, is murder a termination of life? Yes or no?
Murder is the termination. It's forthwith. It's a great.
Hold on. Yes or no? Hold on. Is murder a termination of life? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. An abortion is a termination of life. Yes or no?
Yes.
Do you think it's murder, abortion?
I have my opinions on it, but I'd rather not comment on it.
You said you're very pro-life. Pro-life view is that it's abortion.
Yeah, I'm
abortion is murder.
But I mean, I do have my opinions on it. I just don't think it's an appropriate forum.
But you don't disagree with that proposition, that it's murder?
What proposition?
That abortion is murder.
No, I don't disagree with it.
When people murder people in the street, is murder a termination of life? Yes or no?
Murder is the termination. It's forthwith. It's a great.
Hold on. Yes or no? Hold on. Is murder a termination of life? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. An abortion is a termination of life. Yes or no?
Yes.
So you're saying a woman has a right to terminate a life, but a man walking down the street does not have a right to terminate a life because the law calls that murder. So a murder and so you're saying a murder and an abortion is not the same?
No.
But they're both termination of lives.
They're both termination of life.
Okay. So the right to terminate a life is better than murder?
Are you asking me, is abortion better than
No,
murder?
I'm asking you, a right to terminate a life, is that more noble or better than murder?
No, I don't think so, no.
And so it's that they're both termination of lives.
Right.
So then what makes a woman's right to terminate a life different from a right of someone else who wants someone else's life to be terminated? Because if they're both termination of life, they're both the ending of someone's life by someone not. Most people who are murdered don't want to be killed, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's just can I use you for an example? Do you want to be killed right now?
Absolutely not.
Do you think if a child could think for himself, do you think, and we're naturally, it's a natural reaction to preserve our life, to save our life, to protect our lives. Do you think if a child could save its own life that it would?
If a child could save its own life, yes, I do believe that it would.
So you believe the child wants to live?
No, you said if. You put
No,
the
I'm
if.
saying, do you believe a child would want to live?
Do I believe a child would want to live? Yes.
So then a woman has a right to terminate the life of a child that wants to live. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that.
I didn't say you're saying. Is that what the words that are coming out of your mouth? Is that
No.
what they mean?
No.
Okay, hold on. No,
No.
wait a minute. Hold on. Slow down with me. Listen, we're having a civil conversation, and I'm trying to understand. And what you're saying adds up to the same thing. But no, I know you're not saying it. But the results are the same. You just said that you believe a child would want to live if it had a choice, just like most living things. Even animals in the wild try to get away from the animals that try to terminate their life. We all have a natural instinct to want to live. Our body even heals itself from killing it, from diseases and stuff. So you just said that you believe a child would stay alive if it could. You just said that, right?
A child, yes, a child.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you believe life starts at conception, yes or no?
I would say yes.
Okay. So an embryo, do you feel an embryo is a child, yes or no?
No.
Whoa. Now we're getting somewhere.
Find it again.
The baby's heart.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So an embryo, do you feel an embryo is a child, yes or no?
No.
Whoa. Now we're getting somewhere. You don't feel that an embryo is a living being? Yes or no?
Yes, we were there.
I know. Now I'm changing it. Is an embryo a living being?
Living being, yes.
Okay. A living being. And what is the difference between a living being and a child? Just tell me that real quick.
A child has formulation, and depending on it, it can breathe, it can live, but an embryo can't. An embryo needs help.
Okay, so I think this is
A child becomes a child after birth. After it's birth, while it's still in the woman's body, you know what I'm saying? It's a form of a child, but it's not child until it's birthed.
I'm not. Remember, I said I'm not going to contest what you're saying.
Yeah,
I believe that, but I'm saying I'm changing, I'm changing midstream. Do you believe life starts at conception? Correct.
It starts at conception. Yes.
Okay. So, is abortion termination of life? Yes or no?
It is.
So murder is termination of life, correct?
It is.
You believe, as far back as a life can be, a life is the DNA of a child. Would you agree with that?
The what now?
Life is the DNA of a child.
We could say that.
Okay. Well, that natural instinct of life has a natural built-in instinct for survival and wants to live. You just said that a life would want to live if it could, because it starts to grow, and that is the beginning of surviving. That is the beginning of the life cycle that wants to live. So you believe that
we don't know that it wants to live.
No, 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 no,
we
no,
know
no,
that.
no. Hold on, hold on.
No,
Slow down. Hold on. I'm agreeing with you. I agree. We don't know that. But if we're
that's right.
looking,
We don't know.
okay, I'm agreeing with you. I'm trying to get clear. The natural instinct of life suggests that the fact that it's starting to grow automatically suggests that it's trying the process of living. It's starting to want to live because it starts to grow. That is the beginning of that desire to want to live because it starts to grow. As soon as that sperm hits the egg, that's when that thought comes into the child. That's where it's originated of wanting to live. Can you at least?
I disagree. I say this. I say it starts life. We don't know whether it wants to do anything. It starts. START. I wouldn't interject that want because we don't know. We can't. We don't have nothing to identify that something wants to live. We have something to identify that it starts to live. Want and start are two different things.
Remember I said I wasn't going to contest that? I agree with you. Okay? If something starts to live, what do you think is motivating it to live? Just take a wild guess. Okay, let me make a suggestion. Okay, I'm going to make a suggestion and you just agree with me.
If I can.
Okay, if you can. If you can't, then you can't. That's what we're doing. We're reasoning. Since we don't know, all we have to do is to reason. Since most living things have a natural instinct to stay alive, will you agree with that?
Since most living things...
Listen, here, let me add. Most living things have a natural instinct to stay alive. You agree with that? Yes or no?
No. I think they have a natural instinct to grow, not to stay alive.
Well, how do you stay alive if you don't grow?
Growth and staying alive are two different things.
Can something... Okay, stop. I'm not contesting that. Can something grow if it's not alive?
That's a good question.
It is. My answer is no. Something can't grow if it's not alive. Are you saying... That's my question to you. I know you can reason. Can something grow if it's not alive?
Can something grow if it's not alive?
Easy question. Third graders know this one. Take all the time you need. I don't. None of us know. Remember, we just conceived. We don't know. We have to reason.
Right.
Have you ever seen something that has dead, seen with your own eyes in your lifetime? Have you ever seen something die? You ever seen a dead dog come back to life?
No.
You ever seen a puppy turn into a dog?
Most puppies do turn into dogs.
All right. And most living beings that start out as an embryo turned into a human, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So, when something starts to grow, growing is life within itself. Because something that is dead can't grow. So if something is growing, it means it's alive. You just said that is something may not want to stay alive, but it starts to grow. It cannot grow unless it's alive. So the fact that it's growing suggests that it wants to be alive. And it is the natural instinct of every living thing is to survive. It is a natural instinct. There's no animal in the wild kingdom. When a lion chases a gazelle, that gazelle wants to stay alive. You agree with that?
Absolutely.
The natural instinct of everything created wants to continue to grow as long as it's alive. It's a natural instinct. Can we at least start to agree with there? Because that's where we're going to shut everything down. Do you agree?
Well, I have to tell you, there have been and there are recorded instances where still, you know what a stillborn is?
I'm not talking about
I'm asking you, do you know what a stillborn is?
Yes.
What is a stillborn?
A stillborn is, based on my knowledge, is a child that has been birthed through the birth canal that is not alive.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think that child wanted to be that child that was stillborn wanted to live, or did it want to die?
It probably wanted to live.
Okay, good. But something happened and it didn't it?
Well, yeah, something happened. Okay. Do you know what happened?
No, I don't.
Okay, let me ask you this.
I know.
Hold on, slow down. Just let me. Now we're on. When we don't know, we don't know. When we don't know, we almost can't reason. But when we can start to reason, let's start reason. The Bible even said, let's reason together. But when you don't know, it's impossible to reason. When we don't know what causes stillborns, doctors try to figure it out. Scientists try to figure it out. Some are right, but we can't say we know. But we do know what a termination of life is. We know what an abortion is.
And we know what murder is.
Well, they're both terminations of life, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
One is a different degree of it.
I am not contesting. Remember, I don't contest the facts. I agree.
But they both are the same. It's termination of life. Yeah.
Okay, that's right where I'm going. So what I'm hearing you say, you may not be coming out of your mouth. A woman has a right to terminate a life. You believe that?
A woman has a right to terminate a life?
That's my question to you. Do you believe that a woman has a right to terminate a life, should have the right to terminate a life?
No, I didn't say that. No, that's not what I said.
Okay.
I said she has a right. She has a right for her own body. Whether it's good or bad, she has the right to call the shots on her own body.
What gives her that right? What gives her that right?
Because that's her body.
I'm not contesting that it's her body. I'm saying, so you're saying it's her right because it's her body, but is it her life? Stop. Hold on. Stop. Hold on. Stop for a second. Just listen. If you need me to stop, just tell me to stop and I will. But when I ask you to, it's the same. So I heard what you said and notice I do not contest logic. I agree that it is her body. Can you answer this, yes or no? Is it her life, yes or no?
Is it her life what?
Listen to my question. Don't confuse me now. Is the child or the embryo or the life that has started inside of her body, is it her life, yes or no?
No.
Got him! Got him!
Is the child or the embryo or the life that has started inside of her body, is it her life, yes or no?
No.
Right. I think we're going to be done now. She has a right to her body, meaning if she did not want to have sex, she didn't have to have sex. So you're right. It's her body. She doesn't have. That's why they are saying, okay, if it's forced, if it's rape, then okay, maybe she can take that choice. But once she has made her choice to have sex and conceive, it's her body, but it's not her life. Will you at least agree that the life that starts on inside of a woman is not her life? It is a life that she is incubating in this, but it's not her life. It's a whole different. I am not my mother. I am a life that came from her. So I'm agreeing. Remember, I'm not contesting. It's her body. I'm not contesting that. But is it her life? Yes or no?
No.
So what gives her the right to take that life if it's not her life? And if abortion and murder are both terminations of life, if murder is wrong, termination of another being's life has got to be wrong in some kind of way.
I agree.
Well, then explain to me what gives a woman/mother the right to murder or terminate another being's life.
I don't think she has the right. 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 I don't think she has the right.
Well, then that's what. Hold on. We're so warm right now. Abortion is the termination of life. If you say she don't have the right to do that, I'm in agreement with you. So, but you think she has a right to terminate you, unless you're changing now. So this is a question I'm asking, yes or no. We're going to stop right now. Does a woman have a right to terminate another being's life? Yes or no?
No.
No?
No.
That's what I can't hear you. What is that noise? I don't want this to be, huh?
The mailbox. No, I don't know.
Okay, hold on. Do you agree? You just agreed already. I'm just getting the confirmation. Is abortion a termination of life? Yes or no?
It is.
But a woman doesn't have a right to terminate a life.
No.
So what do you mean? You just said a woman has a right to her body. I'm agreeing with that. So what?
Outside of abortion, she has the right to her body. Yes.
What's your favorite curse word?
I can't say it. It starts with an M and it ends with a. Not ER.
Whoa. Ding, 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 ding. She has a right to her body. Says that if she wants to lay down with the man, she can. If she doesn't, she don't. But once conception starts, she does not have the right. Just like I don't have the right to go terminate somebody's life, a woman should not have the right to terminate another being's life. You are in agreement with that. So then, please tell me, why do you support a woman's right to murder or terminate the life of a child?
I don't support that.
Okay, well then we have no more. I have nothing else to say. We started not agreeing to something. I'm sure I understand what we didn't agree with. I think we reasoned it out. That's why you can't argue with logic if you allow the conversation to take place. But do you know that there are people right now that believes a woman has possessed the right to terminate a being's life? There are people that will argue and say, yes, give her that right to take a life. Do you believe that people are advocating for the right to terminate a life? It's called a woman's right to choose murder, to choose the termination of life, to choose ending another being's life just because she has been entrusted with something so delicate called childbirth. She's abusing her privilege to bring forth one of the greatest creations ever. She's been entrusted with the being able to birth, and she's ruining it by her own selfishness and hate.
Today, Planned Parenthood offered some of its services in a mobile clinic near the United Center. It was one of 7 locations in the city and suburbs opened during the DNC. The group providing free vasectomies, medication abortions, and emergency contraception. Yesterday and today, that van was parked just a few blocks from the UC. A spokesperson says one goal is to help people who are here from states where access to those services may be limited.
And we're just really excited to provide the opportunity for the thousands of folks who are coming to Illinois to demonstrate for them that, it is possible to start closing some healthcare gaps for folks.
Planned Parenthood says it served between 20 and 30 patients over the last 2 days. The mobile unit is not connected to the convention.
She has been entrusted with something so delicate called childbirth. She's abusing her privilege to bring forth one of the greatest creations ever. She's been entrusted with the being able to birth, and she's ruining it by her own selfishness and hate.
Well, I don't think I'm going to say it like this. Not that I agree with, and I don't agree with abortion, but I don't think everybody's doing it out of hate. I don't think every woman. Did
I say everyone?
But you said she's doing it out of hate.
I think, listen, I believe many women hate and shame and embarrassment and selfishness are all first cousins. Yeah. And I believe that the majority of abortions are not due to rape. They're not due to the safety of the mother or the child. They are a form of, I want to call it birth control. And I know there's a fine line in calling it that. But when someone doesn't want to have a child, they will control getting pregnant. But once they are pregnant, it becomes birth control if you terminate the birth voluntarily. So most abortions, especially in my culture, our culture, is not due to rape or incest. It's due to carelessness and selfishness and embarrassment and shame. Would you at least agree with that? Yes or no?
I don't know.
I didn't say you know. Do you think that, let's just take a wild guess. Do you think that most abortions, just take a guess, there are 10,000 abortions a day. Do you think most of those abortions are due to rape? Yes or no?
I don't know.
I said, do you think? Well, let me help you out. They're not. Greater than 85% of abortions are due to people just choosing to not go through with it. It's not because of the health risk. It's not because of rape. And it's not because of incest. And I like the way you just all of a sudden conveniently don't know. And I ain't mad at you about it. I'm just glad we had the conversation. I'm glad I was able to point out some stuff. And I'm grateful that you were able to at least listen and answer the questions to logic. What I would like to do right now is thank you for having this conversation with me public and giving me your valued opinion. I would like for you to close with your thoughts on a woman's right to terminate the life of another being. You have the last words.
Well, I don't think a woman has the right to terminate a life. I don't support that. I don't stand that. And I don't know. I have no idea as to why they do it and how many are done. I can.
There's statistics I'm interrupting your last word. There are statistics that show how many and why.
Here's what I know about statistics. Okay, for me, I have to look at the source the statistics come from. Okay, because something is written, don't mean that it is real. Okay.
Wow.
And I got to look at the source where it comes from. Okay, but I still would say this. Abortion is not good. No. Just outright abortion like you were talking about. No, that's not good, and that's not lawful. No, No, and I wouldn't stand for that. However, in the case of a stillborn or something's wrong with the child, if it's life threatening and something like that,
I must interrupt. We have already cleared life threatening, incest, and rape are not considered the abortion that anyone is advocating for or against. The abortion that you see people trying to stop is not for rape. I mean, they're trying to stop that too. But the most people that are trying to stop abortion can side with a person who doesn't. And if they're saying don't kill the child, but just put it for adoption if you don't want it. So abortion, you just said it's bad, it's not good. The abortion we're talking about is not due to medical risks, life risks.
Well, I think when we are talking about abortion, the way that you were talking about, it should be another name, okay? Because abortion is a legal term, okay? It is a legal term. Okay?
It's an illegal excuse.
It is a legal term.
It's a legal excuse. It's an excuse to murder. It's an excuse to terminate a life.
Again, abortion is something that and that is used in the court of law in its righteous way. Now, there are listen. I do agree when it is as you discussed and said. I totally understand that where a woman is just used to just she's abused her body and then she wants to abuse this option that she doesn't have to take care of it. I will say that is carelessness and that is murder. Yes, that is exactly what it is.
Okay, listen. When you open yourself to have the conversation, there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go. You can't outrun truth and logic. And again, I was giving you the last word and I interrupt you. Please, I'm sorry, man. Don't hold it against me. Charge it to my head and not my heart. I'm grateful. I'm really going to keep my mouth closed. I'm going to let you have the last word and then I'm going to let you go because it is late and I'm grateful for you. I'm so glad you had this conversation with me. Please take your closing statements and then we can talk tomorrow because I got to tell you about all the good stuff that I originally called you for. We got off track. So last words on abortion and a woman's right to choose to terminate a life.
Both of them. Okay, both of them have their place. When it comes to determination of life, in the reckless design of no, that is never right. Okay, that is never right, and something should be done about it. However, I support life. Okay, life is what it's all about. Life makes the difference. I'll end with that one.
I appreciate you. I love you to no end. You know, if I had $1, you got at least a quarter, guaranteed. If I got a sandwich, you got the end crust pieces of the bread. I promise you, guaranteed.
That's it.
All right, listen, man. We'll talk, man. Have a good night.
Good night.
Okay, 10-4. Well, there you have it. Another interesting discussion. That was one of my very good friends, one of my brothers from another mother that I love to no end. And our conversation got so good, I just thought that we should bring it to SWIM. That is the acronym for Say What You Mean. And the beginning of our conversation was off the rails. He put me on hold and I said, while you're on hold, I would like to document this because people should hear this play out. And I really like having interesting and thought-provoking conversations. And this was just another one of those. We started out and my brother was firm on a woman's right to choose because it was her body and she should have the right to choose what happens with her body. And he was somewhat saying that she should have the right to determine if she have a child or not have a child. And I wasn't contesting what he was saying, but as I played it back, and as you could see at the end, the bottom line is this: for any of those who support whatever this is, and I'll use the term that's out there, a woman's right to choose, and if that choice is the termination of life that is not related to rape, incest, or medical, health, life, or death reasons, it's just not cool. And as much as I would want to have the right to do the wrong thing, I would at least know that it's wrong. If I was to go in a store and steal because I'm hungry, I still know it's wrong. And if I get caught or punished for it, I know it's against the law. But of course, if we think we can get away with something, sometimes we do it. And that's what morals are about, or having a moral compass. To not do something because you know it's not right, whether it's the law or not. It is not right to take something that doesn't belong to us, whether we're hungry or not, or whether we can get away with it or not. They say locks are for honest people. And it's true. Well, the right to choose is for moral individuals or people who have morals. I'm not knocking anybody. Do what you want to do. All I'm saying is call it what it is. It's pro-life or anti-life or pro-death. One or the other. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. I hope I didn't stir up too much. I just wanted to have a logical conversation. And as much as I don't like being proven wrong, I would like for any of the pro-life people to tell me how terminating a healthy conception is good or right or best for any creature who has a natural instinct to want to live and stay alive. With that being said, find someone you need to say, I love you too. Don't just say it. Show it, mean it, and let it be true. Have a good night. I love you.